That was Trey Libra. Put the money in the bag. And before that, Police State off I Bring Flowers and Balloons. They're not ready, man. They're not ready for that, man. That's put the money in the bag. That's again, people can see, you know, when they hear hip hop, there's so many meanings and layers between that, man. So like, I see what you're doing, and keep it up, man. Who does the production on those two joints?
Police State was done by Tone Jones out of Atlanta, and Money in the Bag was done by Halo Hits out in OK, Oklahoma.
Awesome.
OK City.
So is there? I mean, how did you find those guys, man? Like,
I've had a relationship with both of those guys for some time now. Money in the Bag was actually supposed to be a remix of Rihanna's Be Better Have My Money.
Yeah.
And I learned a few lessons from Halo. He was like, hey, look, as long as you don't use the melody of her hook, then, you know, you're good, you know, blah, blah, blah. I said, you know what? I'm going to change it up a bit, you know. So I ended up changing it up, and it ended up on the EP.
Yeah. Nah, man, it's, yeah, you got a lot going, man. It's, you know, and you know, what you're doing. So, you know, as far as pursuing hip hop and now getting to this point, what got you here in the beginning, man? Like, what first really influenced you to become an MC?
It's funny, man. This joint you playing right now, man.
Far Side.
Like, yeah, man. Far Side. Like a lot of those West Coast dudes. Outkast. Matter of fact, Outkast was a big start of my career as well. I thought they were Far Side when I first heard Outkast.
Wow.
You know, and just the feeling that it brought me when I heard like Lab Cap in California, you know, stuff like that.
Legendary man. J Dilla production.
Exactly,
yeah.
Exactly. And it's just, it was my only friend, man. Like I really didn't have too many friends, but when I turned that music on, it did something to me, you know. Yeah. And I was like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah. And that's exactly it, man. Is a lot of people don't understand, like, growing up, is I come from a military family myself, so moving around a lot. Music is the only thing that's really prevalently there. That's the most consistent thing because you're moving around a lot, so your friends, and there was no internet before then, so it was like, well, my dad's got orders to Japan, and I'm going to Germany or whatever, and see you later. You know, so you know, hip hop has definitely been an influence on me, and that's the point where I'm at now. Is I'm really seeing that. You know, hip hop culture has made a mark on me, so I'm determined, along with my team and I, to make a mark on it.
Gotcha.
And you know, taking that in many different facets, and the power and the influence of hip hop, I really think it is I've heard the term a renaissance. I've heard a revival. You know, I heard movements are catching on. And, you know, I think within this community and otherwise the surrounding Tampa Bay area, I mean, I think, you know, you're one of those MCs that's, you know, going to start making some noise, man. And, you know, again, thank you for coming in. And if you're just tuning in, my guest this evening is Trey Libra, and I am DJ Cellus here with Beats, Rhymes, and Life Radio on WSLR 96.5 as well as WBPV 100.1 FM in Bradenton. And we're here listening to I Bring Flowers and Balloons. This is the latest EP that was just released just this last week, right?
Yeah.
And so how's the response been getting, man? On a personal note, you know, since you said you were going to step on toes, that's why you had flowers and balloons for them.
It's crazy, man. We're with no heavy promotion, we're almost at 300 downloads.
It's good.
You know? And that's just me. I don't have a team. I would love a team, you know, but yeah, we're almost at 300 downloaded from sources like Noise Trade and Bandcamp.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So did you know, in putting out this project, do you have any like goals on where you want to see it go, or what you're trying to do from here after that, or?
I just wanted to put my all into this.
Yeah.
It's almost like redefining myself as an artist. I was almost like starting over. You know what I mean? And with the name change and everything, I knew it was a big risk because so many people know me as Jacob Israel. And I've had people in my ear like, hey, you gotta be careful with that because, you know, people don't know who the heck Trey Libra is, you know. So that's why I often say formerly known as.
Yeah.
So the goal was to just really get my feet, you know, people to stand and really take and say, okay, this is the new, you know, like he's that guy that is gonna pour his heart out on the stage. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, so that's wouldn't any like major like goals or plans, but just to really get like refounded, reestablished.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think this is a great introduction to it, man, because they're just, I mean, sonically, to me, it sounds like a very cohesive piece, and I mean, the content you're discussing on there is not very easy, you know, especially within these next couple songs we have coming up as well. I mean, we have Drug Test and I Bring Flowers and Balloons with the, in parentheses, a suicide note. So
correct.
I've got a lot of questions around that, but what can you say about Drug Test?
Drug Test, those two songs you mentioned, they really mold me. They mold me to be the person that I am today. You know what I mean? I ignored it, you know, a lot earlier on in my life, you know, like, but now I'm at the stage like, okay, this is why this is happening. You know what I mean? This is why this is happening, because I don't want to give a song away, but you know, you didn't have this teaching. You know, this person was absent from your life. And maybe this is why you're chasing this or these things, you know what I mean? So it kind of like molded me to be the person that I am. So.
And are you finding that you're just coming into your own and there's an acceptance around that and just kind of, you know, moving forward and helping other people that may listen to your music as well?
There's been an acceptance for a while, but not with the music. Not to actually really put it in the music and like call out names and stuff like that. Because I was always afraid of other people's feelings. You know what I mean? So now I'm accepting it, and you know, and hoping that the listeners will accept it as well.
So, what makes you get to that point where you're okay with that, and where you're willing to take that step, both creatively and put it out there for the music that you're producing? I
talked to my mom before releasing Drug Test. I had to even change some lyrics. Because it was like really harsh. You know, I talked with her, and feeling like people weren't accepting me for the music that I was doing already. And I know I didn't want to exit out of music just yet. I was like, I love music. I want to still do this, but I think the stuff that I'm releasing now, it's all right, but I want people to like really feel me. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a story to tell.
Absolutely. And, you know, by putting it out there very honestly, man, I mean, I think that's what music is there to, really bare your soul. And I mean, when you have songs that are, you know, Police State, Money in the Bag, and then we're going to hear Drug Test, and then with, you know, I Bring Flowers and Balloons, you know, there's definitely a lot there that people aren't willing to tackle that subject matter. It's like, what? You're not talking about money, clothes, and women, man? Like, you know, can you do that?
It's weird is, we get it. But we get it on the other end.
Absolutely.
If you think about it, you say, well, these guys are talking about money, clothes, and they're talking about how they're making the money. And they're glamorizing how they got it. So this is basically the other, you know, that other perspective.
Absolutely. You know? And it's like, you know, that's the name of the game or whatever they say, and you know, we all got to pay our bills in you know, one way or another. And you know, I honestly feel, with talent and artistry, if you're really aiming for what you're doing within your music, that all that stuff, you know, material, it should be a byproduct of what you're doing. You know, it's very different if people that's what they're writing the music for, going specifically for that, whereas you're pouring your heart out, you're putting in artistry within this. So it's a whole different ball game, man. But anything else you want to say about Drug Test or I Bring Flowers before we let the masses hear what's up with it? Nah, he's just going to let it speak for itself. I like your style, man. So in case you're tuning in, my guest this evening is Trey Libra, and we're playing some material off his I Bring Flowers and Balloons EP that is out now. So stay tuned, and this is Drug Test.